Victory Tuesday. It's the truth with BG and JC. It's another Victory Tuesday. The Eagles are 4-0, but we still got to hear a little noise. Crazy.
I know the team is a better football team with A.J. Brown on it, but I also know this. There is no player that's greater than the sum of all the parts of a team. None. Not one. I don't care if you're a quarterback. I don't care if you're the receiver. I don't care if you're the tackle, running back, linebacker, defense end, even head coach. You're not above the sum of all the parts together that make the team. Either you got to be a part of it or not. And that's what ultimately is going to have to be decided with AJ. But we're all sitting around here like, oh, man, why can't we just be happy with our 4-0 team?
Right. I don't want to be talking about this.
Let us nitpick about passing game
Yes.
and running game and all that stuff that we do. But as far as the players being together as one, that's what all the fans want. And in this, with a player so significant like AJ, it has everybody on the edge. Has everybody on edge because you wonder whether or not this can sink a team or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were able to get through it last year, and they won the Super Bowl. But if you look at this in realistic terms, this is going back seemingly since 2023.
I think we all agree he should get the ball more.
Without question.
But then we also all agree that the tweets after the game, even if it's how he feels, is not the best thing for the team to win.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately the team, you said AJ is going to have to decide, and he does. But ultimately the team's going to have to decide. They're going to have to decide, is the juice worth the squeeze?
What's going on, everybody, man? And welcome to the very first episode of The Truth, where not all Eagle fans agree on everything. And this is definitely the spot where this shit about to go down.
Lock in, gotta stay locked in, goggin. Gotta ball out like Robin. Straight to the top, I'm all in. Ordinary's like a toxin. I don't wanna be like Robin. I just wanna leave no option. Fuck caution, I ain't gonna be common. I got the confidence, like I'm on the shit, like I'm the baddest bitch in the club. I'm here for dominance, I'm being honest, that's what I want. I'll never give up, I want the whole place sold out. My name in every mouth, you know I'm after this shit. Till the world say my motherfucking name. Say my name. Say my motherfucking name. Say my. You know I'm after this shit. Till the world say my motherfucking name. Say my name. Say my motherfucking name. Say my. You know I'm after this shit. Till the world say my motherfucking name.
Driven by fire, driven by fear, never get tired, no I'm still here. Felt in the cracks, now I'm shifting gears. 10 years in, my moments here. Waiting my turn, now I'm hot in demand. Slept on a kid, but I had bigger plans. Stayed low key, but I still hit drive. Give me one shot and I'm coming alive. Next on the left, second taste it. Gunning for the top, no limitations. From the basement, no hesitation. Flipping on my L's with straight motivation. Ain't no quitter, I'm built for the grind. Pressure makes.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of The Truth. How's everybody doing today? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We about to get down today and talk about this 4-0 Philadelphia Eagles team. We brought a very special guest in the building today with us. You know, you see him on Birds 365 every morning. It's Big Xander in the building. How you doing today, my guy? You're on mute.
My bad, guys. What's going on, man? I appreciate you guys having me on, man. It's a beautiful day. The last day of September, and our Birds are 4-0. So a good start to the football season, man.
How you doing today, JC?
Look, hey, I agree, man. 4-0. But, man, if you log on Twitter and just listen to social media and big media, man, Eagles 0-4. Come on, man. Let's go.
0-4 is right. You know, like, it's the like the, what do you call it? is what happened to you when you're on top. You know what I'm saying? It's just like what comes with the territory. It's like you're number one. You're the only thing everybody wants to talk about. It hasn't been pretty. It's been some luck in there. You know, you look at the last two games, we're talking about 2 blocked field goals. We're talking about this last game starting out the game on top with a block punt, like for a touchdown. Like that's a lot of stuff, you know, to be winning football games, to be the, you know, considered the champions, the best team in the league. Everybody's expecting the 400-yard games, the 500-yard games. You know what I'm saying? Like breaking the NFL records. You see the Cowgirls over there losing, but they're breaking records playing these games against these teams. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather take the win. I'd rather take the win. I can care less about the 400-yard passing game. Let's keep winning, baby.
I hear you guys, man. I hear AJ Brown stirred it up, though. JC brings up everybody on social media. I don't know, man. I said this, like, if AJ Brown didn't do that, I probably would have real quickly just been like, all right, who cares? No completions in the second half. Let's keep rolling on this thing. But AJ kind of poured some gas on that fire. So I feel like it made everything a little bit more tense. But look, you know, the other thing you said is when you're a championship team, man, you got to strive for greatness every week, no matter what your record says, you know. So I think there's a healthy balance of figuring out where this team is, where they got to go, and, you know, how to get back to the ultimate goal of the Super Bowl again.
So what do you think about it? How do you feel about it? Do you think this is JJ saying he's tired of Philly, he wants out of Philly, or do you think, because you got to realize AJ already went through this in Tennessee. Remember, AJ Brown was always a good receiver. It's just Derrick Henry was running the ball, you know what I'm saying, getting all the touches and stuff in the game to the point where he could never be that elite number one receiver where everybody considers him the best type receiver. You know, everybody always say he's one of the best, but he wants to be number one. And that's something that you can't even like knock him for. You know, he's had 3 All-Pros. He's got a Super Bowl. But now he's never been in that season. You're always like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, you know, Puka, all these top receivers. You're keeping them in the mix, but you're not giving him the credit as being like Justin Jefferson. You can say Justin Jefferson is the best receiver in the game, and probably no one even argue with you about it, you know, except for the Jamar Chase fan. And then no one's really arguing you about saying Jamar Chase is the best. You know what I'm saying? Because their quarterback throw them the ball 100 times a game. They get all the reception. They get all the yards. They break records in yards. And AJ wants a piece of that, you know. I just feel like he's on the wrong team for that, because that's not us. It's not what we do.
I mean, it's not us right now, but you got to remember, AJ Brown had 1,500 yards in 22. We were one play away from a Super Bowl. So, you know, this is a new. I mean, it's not new, but last year they took on this identity at the bye week. They obviously went on and had the success that they've had, and now they're 20 of the last 21. So they got a leg to stand on, but I'm not of the belief that this is the only way we can do this thing, you know, and part of my belief this year, where I'm not a fan of the way AJ went to Twitter. I think we can all agree to that. You don't really want somebody to go to Twitter. But what he's speaking on, if he's speaking on this about the offense, I don't really think he's that wrong, you know, because if you think about it, last year, we won the Super Bowl as a running team. And in a way, that defies modern football, right? Everything in football nowadays is built for the passing game, the refs, the officials, everything. I mean, the legislation of the game is built for the passing game. And even Jeffrey Lurie is notorious for wanting a high-flying passing attack. So, you know, they defy modern football last year in the way they win. And they do it with a running back who makes history with the most rushing yards in the season, and a defense who was number one in the league. And I mean, let's be real, that was one of the best defenses we've ever seen in Philly. So if you're not going to have those two things, my question is, what else do you need to have this year to be able to get us the distance? You know, if you're not going to have a historic rushing season or a historic, you know, defensive season, in my opinion, it's, hey, you got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith. That's why you pay these guys, you know, get them involved. So, look, I get it, though, where we're 4-0. We're 20 of the last 21. They don't want to come off what they're doing right now. But I think this team is going to continue to evolve, and they're going through that learning process right now. But overall, I mean, I still think we're in good shape. But I don't know if I disagree with AJ about the offense. I'll say that. I'm more probably on Team AJ when it comes to the way the offense is playing right now.
I don't think any fan disagree with AJ. It's the way he went about it.
Right.
Because we know, especially Philly media, even when AJ is doing everything right, his name is always coming out their mouths. But for him to do that, and then with the history that we have with diva wide receivers T.O., right? And we all know, and we all have PTSD from T.O. So now every time this is happening, man, we have flashbacks. How long is AJ going to be in Philly? How much longer can Howie Roseman keep him around the team, right? And the Philly media is only going to pour more fuel every time he tweets something negative like that. We're 4-0. I get it. This could have been handled behind closed doors. Social media is the worst thing to do. Like, just go behind closed doors. Hey, it's 4-10, and just say, hey, look, hey, Nick, KP, I'm not doing this no more. All right. I've been training all off season. Yo, I've been to y'all this. We talked about the offense. Why is this a problem? But why go to social media? That's like the worst thing that you could do.
Well, I'm wondering did he go to social media because he'd been telling them and they're not listening to him? like to your point. I know you guys don't think AJ didn't know that about the media. I know you guys don't think that AJ Brown didn't tweet that after the game, damn near from the locker room, because he tweeted it out so quick, knowing we were going to be talking on this show Tuesday night about exactly what he tweeted. So he knows that. You know what I mean? Like, my question is, why did he do it? And I think they weren't listening to him. He wasn't able to get through to him. And when you're a great player, you don't become a great player. You don't become, to JC's point, one of the best receivers in football without a healthy level of selfishness and belief in yourself. And AJ Brown rightfully believes, I got to be a part of, if I'm a part of this offense, we're a better football team. And if they're not or applying that, I think that's probably why he went to social media. I'll say this about the whole social media thing. Obviously, it's not ideal. I get a little bit of a vibe, though, that people just trying to, like, muzzle AJ. Like, he said a couple things week 1, 2, and 3 after the game, if you guys remember, in his press conferences after the game or in the locker room, we got to communicate better. We just a couple little, nothing crazy. And It's like, if he said something after the game, or if he did what Jamar Chase did on the sideline last night with the head coach, and he went up and got in his grill, and, you could see everybody would have an issue with that too. I mean, let's be real. We'd all be talking about it no matter what he did, whether he went to social media. Now, I get the ideal scenario is to keep it behind closed doors, but AJ coming out and doing it publicly made me think that they weren't listening to him behind closed doors, man. That's what I think. I don't know. I mean, I hear you. Believe me.
But it's been going on really since 23? You know what I'm saying? Like, since the season, the book, the AJ kicking the ball, he's getting mad. It's like, even when he was getting stats, he was kind of getting mad about certain games and stuff like that. Like, you're a professional, my guy. Act like a professional. You're a captain, okay? It's not like you're just a player on a team. You're actually one of the captains on the football team. So act like the captain and be that leader you're supposed to be. Like, I get it. I don't even know if I can even say, like, I will say, our OC definitely needs to step his game up for sure. I feel like he's slow rolling into the season, playing scared. He don't want to be, a Brian Johnson where the offense looks so horrible, because we're still scoring points in the red zone. We're like number 1 in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? We're still scoring points when we need to score points. We're moving the ball, obviously, or we won't be scoring these points in the first place. You know what I'm saying? It just spread out between, chunk here from Saquon, chunk here from AJ, chunk here from Devontae, Jalen's running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Dallas Goedert's been actually doing pretty good this season. So those are a bunch of different areas where it's coming, just not the big numbers. We don't have to, sacrifice anything. Because Jalen, like, he's been out of that. I think they did install in his head that he cannot throw a pick anymore. That's, if you don't throw a pick, you definitely win the football game type mentality, because it's just like he's not doing it. He's not putting the ball in harm's way. He refuses to. There are some plays you could probably look at the all 22 where, like, he probably even looked there like, I could get it there, but why? We're winning, you know what I'm saying? We're up by 10. I'm not even going to risk it. And that's something that a leader does. He sacrifices his stats. You heard Jalen Carter come out. He says he doesn't give a damn if he has 6 sacks, 7 sacks, if we win a football game. You got Saquon, another leader out there, saying he doesn't care about his stats. Obviously, he just had a humongous season, so he probably doesn't care about stats this year.
Right.
He's like, I'm the man already. I got to the number 1 record. I don't need to care about it this year. But even then, it's just like part of being the leader, part of being the guys on your football team that, keeps the team up. The media's going to beat you down no matter what. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hear from us no matter what every single week. So don't be one of the, problems, be a part of the solution. And you keep strong with your team. It's all I'd say about with the AJ thing. You're like, yeah, of course he wants the ball. Of course we want to give him the ball. Of course, people don't realize this offensive line has not been healthy all year either. You know, Landon don't look the same. I think I read something that had its little stats, something like he's like the worst he's been ever, you know, right now through 4 football games. And that's not good either when he's one of your best offensive linemen. And you think about the interior, you thought it wasn't that big of a deal to lose a Becton, right? You know, and now you look, and Steen's he's not no Becton, no. If you look at most of all those 70-yard runs that Saquon had, most of them were behind Becton and Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Because Becton was putting people on their ass all year long. Steen does not do the same thing. He's not the same. He's not the same size. He can't do it. You know, it's just like one of the things where, you know, it's not just all the play call. It's not just all anything. I just think, yeah, here it is right here. It's just the point. Look at that. Week 1, you know, I can't see it.
Dude, that's crazy for Landon Dickerson. I don't think people understand how crazy those numbers are. I mean, I know it's PFF, so it ain't perfect, but at the end of the day, I think you just brought up Steen. Honestly, dude, I've been decently happy with Steen. I know you're right. He's not Becton. He's not, you know, knocking guys off their feet like Becton was. I mean, you pointed out the 7-yard runs. There was also 70-yard runs last year where a lot of them were right behind Mekhi Becton, especially in that Rams game. But Cam Jurgens, he has not been the same this year.
Yeah, Jurgens.
Dickerson, Chris Jones manhandled Dickerson like I've never seen somebody manhandle Dickerson.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Still hurt.
He's battling through it. I mean,
but that's going to wear on you too.
Right.
You know
I mean, somebody said to me today, is he going to get more healthy? I'm like, get more healthy? Playing games every week, get more healthy. You don't get more healthy in the middle of the NFL season, man. You get more banged up each week. So I don't know. I think you're right though about the O-line. I think it's a bigger issue.
But another thing is, right? Another thing is this: we have a bigger problem than just O-line and AJ. The Philadelphia Eagles is ranked 30th in offense.
Yeah,
there's 32 teams. We're ranked 30th in total offense and then 22nd in total defense. Like, this whole team as a whole is not clicking yet at all. We're lucky to be 4-0. Like, the schedule that we just went through, maybe is the teams that we played, right? Week 1, we played Dallas, where unknown defense, what Matt Eberflus was going to do, their unknown offense. Boom, I get it. Week 2, who do we get? The Chiefs. One of the best defensive coordinators, regardless of their record. Like, you know, Chris Jones on there, Steve Spagnuolo, he's going to bring it. Week 3, who we got? The Rams. Another defensive front, right? Another high-power offense. And then we went against the Bucks. So I understand how we could look a little sloppy sometimes because of the competition we face. But to have a Goddard, Smitty, AJ, Barkley, and you're ranked 30th in offense, yes, we're perfect in the red zone. Okay, congratulations. But we got to get down there, right? So, like to rank 30th with those type of playmakers on this team, it says more about the offensive coordinator. Or maybe Jalen Hurts is not seeing the field fast enough. Maybe he doesn't have time because of all, the pass blocking is not there. So it's a whole, it's the whole team. It's the whole offense. And I'm hoping that, I prayed this was our bye week. We're 4-0. We go into the bye. Let's reset. Lane, you hurt. Dickerson, you hurt. This should have been our bye week. This would have been perfect. So now when we come out, okay, week 5, let's start putting some stuff together. Now we got to wait at least 4 more weeks for a bye week. And hopefully, we got Denver, the Giants in there twice. It's the NFL. There's no guarantee win. So we'll see what happens. Do the competition get less and we start opening it up and AJ start eating and boom, all of a sudden, all our problems is fixed? And we'll see.
Well, I think you bring up good points there. And the context I'd add is, I'll ask you both real quick. How do you guys feel about the defense, just in general, through the first 4 games right now?
Yo, I'm impressed. I'm impressed because of the competition that we played, and there are bend don't break, not allowing team to score in the second half. Right. 3 games, I believe. Last game was just the worst I've seen the defense play. In the second half. You in Tampa, and
hear me out though. Did they play bad, JC, or did the offense, who had 5 straight 3 and out? You say you guys bring up this beautiful stat, which is really a great stat. They lead the NFL right now in red zone percentage. They're 100%, 11 for 11. That's damn near unheard of. But JC, you said something. You also got to get down there. They also lead the league right now in 3 and outs on offense. They got more than 45% of their drives in the first 4 games end in a 3 and out. You know what kind of pressure that puts on your defense, on Jalen Carter, on Jordan. Jalen Carter's nursing a shoulder injury. Meanwhile, offense gets 3 plays. He's back out on the field. Jordan Davis, 325 pounds. You know what I mean? So that defense, I've been impressed with the defense, and I know 22 is not the best number, but I think if this offense can start clicking a little bit more, that number is going to change drastically because Jahad Campbell's been a stud. Makuba, while he's had some lapses, I think looks great for a rookie.
Yeah.
Cooper and Quinion are having a better second season yet, locked down. I mean, and Jordan Davis looks like he's playing 3 technique like he's been doing it for years. Yeah. So I feel real good about the defense. I'm not worried about that 22nd. The 30th on offense, though, I don't like that, man. You got a $255 million offense. Come on, man.
The defense is way better. Like, you think about the last game, who gave up the 2 biggest plays of the game? Your 2 rookies. Right. You know what I'm saying? That you got over there Makuba on a deep route there, trying to jump too early out of position. And then you got, Campbell, who was just, that was a broken play type thing to the point where you
can't blame Campbell for that. I don't think there's a linebacker that'd be able to cover Bucky Irving up the side.
He was trying.
He got pretty close. I thought he did pretty good.
Yeah. And he just jumped. Maybe he shouldn't have jumped. He just kept running, and maybe would have made the tackle. But he was trying to dive for the play. No,
good point.
And, so if you take away your 2 rookie mistakes, which you're gonna get, like I heard Banjo talk about, you get 2 losses. But I'll say you get 2 games, a game for your rookie star player. But they're still playing like studs, dude. They're still awesome out there on the football field. Like, this defense is way better. Like you said. Jordan Davis, I've been preaching all offseason. And everybody hate me because I even think he's going to be better than Jalen Carter this year. Not overall a better player, but just a better, stat-wise for the football team this year. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a big guy, too, that does demand double teams. You do got to double team him on the run in the run game. Now that he's putting pressure on the quarterback, chasing down quarterbacks. He's lighter. He's quicker. He's faster. I think he got better stats right now, too, than JC. Plus, you're looking at his 2 blocks kicks. Running back for a touchdown. He got a lot of pass deflections this year. Like, he's doing this damn thing out there, but that just means our defensive line as a whole are jumbled balling out right now. JC obviously a little bit hurt, but he still is JC out there. He's still putting in his work on that defensive line. Our edge rushers are kind of like very weak. Do we need better?
They're shoddy. I mean, look, we lost Nolan, but the edge rushers are a little shoddy right now. I mean, Tampa or LA ran for 160. They were running right around the edges, man. Those edges are small. So that's probably the one concern I'd have on defense. But overall, I think you're right, largely, especially about the interior of that D-line. I think they're in good shape. I really do.
And then the more those rookies play, the better they're going to get,
Right.
Like, it's just part of the game. Like I said, it's still too early to really say good or bad on anybody. Yes, we're 1 or 2 undefeated teams out there left. Thank the Lord. We love that. Fly, Eagles, fly. But at the end of the day, there's still a lot of work to be done on this football team. These guys got to get together. We're going to get some people back, too. Look at a guy like Nakobe Dean coming back to this linebacker core that already got Trotter, that already got, Campbell, Bond playing out of his mind again. Everybody thought it could have been a fluke. Even me, I was like, can he do it again? And so far this season, he's doing it again. Like, he's meant to be a middle linebacker, my guy. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, it's crazy. I never expected it to go back-to-back, but he's doing another all-pro performance so far through 4 games. And then not only that, but you look at a rookie like Campbell, and it's like he's almost better than him. He kind of is better than him, but he got to prove it better than him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can do a little bit more. He's a little bit faster.
Right.
The plays are starting to come right now. You see that nice interception in the end zone there. That was being aware, aware of the game. And, he wanted to make up for that touchdown on his head. So he went in there and, stole that interception there. So he's a baller in the making too. As long, like you said, like even Nick says it a lot and people don't really listen to him when he said it, but he's like, it's the beginning. You're not supposed to be playing your best football in September, or even October. You need to be worried about playing your best football in, November, December, January. Those are when you want to be clicking on all cylinders. And right now, we don't have to click on all cylinders. As long as we're winning football games while we're trying to learn how to do this stuff, like you said earlier, once this offense gets it again, it's gonna be a wrap. It's
Dude,
gonna be a wrap.
that's the
Do
most.
we believe that though? But do we believe this offense would get it together, right? I mean, with KP calling the plays, look, like I don't understand how we go from the Rams second half to the Bucks second half. Like it's like how, like why didn't we continue that? I know the competition, I know the game plan, but nobody was getting open really. It's like, yo, besides those two brilliant fake tush push, you know,
Yeah.
They were
threes
fire,
that
yeah.
was the best. I'm like, whoa, KP's in his bag. The first half, and then I was like, fire KP. Does that
No, you're right though. I mean, look, I think that's probably a real concern. Is like the highs are good, but the lows are too low right now. Like think about that first half, even versus the Rams. We had -1 net passing yards, and I think 30 total net yards of offense in the first half. And then the second half, they come out and they look like the greatest show on turf again. AJ Brown's got touchdown. I mean, everybody's getting a touchdown. Same thing, Tampa. We first half, I tweeted out when this team clicks on all cylinders, offense, defense, special teams, like they did in that first half, we look damn near unbeatable. Yeah. Second half comes, I'm like, we haven't completed a pass. You know? So it's just like that's where I think. And look, it's early, you know. So I think we're good, but the lows can't be this low. You know, you can't be having two historically bad halves of football offensively, you know, and try and have a consistent win. And so that's probably the one thing. You know, I think they really got to fix. The lows are too low, man.
But it was kind of like that before. Remember, we'll have awesome first halves every game or awesome second halves every game. Like I think either year, one year was first half, the other year was second half. You know what I'm saying? We still won a Super Bowl, went to the Super Bowl with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the beginning of the season. So you, like you said, if both, you know, they're like I heard Rich Ryan talk about it. It's like there's teams out there that offense just sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That sucks complete. They don't get a half. They don't get a damn quarter of good football. They just trash.
They ain't paying $255 on their offense, man. Those teams. Those teams don't have AJ, Devontae, Jalen, offensive line, Saquon, Dallas Goedert. You know, so that's the thing.
Well, like you said, though, offensive line is hurt, and that's where it all starts. It's the foundation of all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I do agree with that. I think that they're hurt, and it's like we brought Landon back too soon. We should have never brought him back like that. Or he didn't have to run back in the beginning of the season. I didn't care. I wouldn't have cared if he didn't play the first 3 games of the season. Who cares? Get healthy, because the Landon and Jurgenstein's been going out way back since before the playoffs, man. Where remember the first playoff game, I think it was, where one of them didn't play, the other one played, and by the end of the game, the other one came. Like Landon came into the game and actually started to play because the other one got hurt, type thing, and then they both came back to next week. You know, like they can't keep doing that to their bodies. And when you win a Super Bowl, you get the shortest offseason out of any team. You get the minimum. Your body's not really recovering. That's the reason why people have some Super Bowl hangovers. It's because they're going right back at it. It's not no real break when you've been pounding on each other for 21 weeks in a row, playing the best of the best, the biggest man, the grown-ass man out there is. Your body gonna take a beating. You need to give it months of recovery, and you don't really get that when you go to the Super Bowl. That's a blessing and a curse. Do you rather still go to the Super Bowl? Hell fucking yes. We want to go to the Super Bowl. We want to win that shit. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? The slow starts, like you said earlier, Xander, too. Like you can't recover if you're playing every damn game. You know what I'm saying? Like Lane Johnson tried to come back this week, and he was back out again. I'm like, come on, Lane, what the hell? And you can tell it's a huge drop off when he goes out. So why not just sit him for a week or even 2 weeks? You know, we're 4-0 right now. I know you don't want to lose football games, but Fred Johnson, I think if you gave him a week of practice, he's not just jumping in the football game. Can hold it down for 2 games. But you let these guys heal, the best way you can. No practice through a week, but you're still playing a game. But how about no practice for 2 weeks? You know what I'm saying? No practice for 3 weeks. Let these guys fully heal. Maybe do it like 2 weeks before the bye to give them an extra week extra. If we're even able to make that far. Like these guys are still coming out of the game, which is bad because our backup I don't think we're as deep on that line as we were before. I don't think Pryor sucks. You see what happened when he came in the game. He was trash.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really have no real big names like I feel like we had before because they're starting on other offensive linemen teams right now. They're the starters over there. They're not backups over here in Philly no more. They're starting in other places because they're good. So it's like that is a big concern. getting the health of this offensive line, because we can't keep mixing them, or you can't expect greatness to happen. Look at Saquon, half the yards per carry right now. He's averaging over 6 yards per carry. He's only averaging like 3 yards per carry right now.
Yeah.
And that's trash. It's like everybody's going back. AJ's getting his numbers he played with Tennessee, and Saquon getting his numbers he played, with the Giants right now with us. And that's just not right. It needs to get fixed, and we need to figure out a way to do it. Like I said, I don't know. I know KP's a new offensive coordinator, but you got to be able to scheme up things. Maybe stop playing so scary. I hope that all these words that you're hearing Jalen Hurts talk about it, AJ talk about it, now you're hearing Nick Sirianni got to defend it. Come out and show us that you can do better than what you're doing.
Well, I mean, I agree. To the offensive line point with Saquon too. You guys remember that stat that was out last year with Saquon where he had like the most yards before contact of any running back in the league? Like he was getting like 3 yards last year before he was even getting touched. Now it looks like when he runs, man, he's touched in the backfield damn near every play. So I think that's where the offensive line is really hurting. I don't know if it's as easy though as just sitting them for 2 weeks. I feel like that's perfect world talk, but I don't know. I tried saying that to John once on Bird 365, and he's like, man, you got to get to January. You got to get to January. You can't just have the approach of sit guys now and show up in January fully healthy. If guys aren't injured, they're just hurt, they're gonna play. You know, I'm kind of with you though, Bird Gang. Like those guys don't look right. I'd rather battle it out with Pryor at left guard for a week and let Landon heal up so that we can get all pro Landon back, because we need all pro Landon, So I don't know. That's a tough one though.
And shout out to that super chat from HKP with the 199 super chat. He said KPN want a conservative offense. Shake my head. Yeah. But you know what though? It's the checkers, not chess game that the Eagles play as a whole. How he does it with players, and Nick does it with his coaching style. He's not showing you the full deck of cards right off the jump. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to show you everything right off the jump. It's going to take a couple of games. Like you think about our offense didn't explode to week 5, week 6 last year. Like they had better games than what we see today, but they didn't really explode to that offense, that super, offense that we love and we want to get back to until after like week 5, week 6. So it's like you got to kind of play that cat and mouse game. You don't want to show your best stuff in the beginning, especially when your team's not ready for it. If you can come out and say, you got players hurt, you got this and that. There's that limits. Like you don't realize if you got a Landon Dickerson and a Jurgens out at the same time, hurt at the same time, you don't went through a lot of plays that we can't call anymore that goes to their side. You know what I'm saying? That there are the featured players on that offensive line to block. You can't run those plays anymore. And that's just something that we got to look at. Are they being conservative, or are they doing the best they can with what they got?
But also, look, if you take a step back, this team haven't lost in over a year.
Yeah.
So do you think that because we've been winning?
Where do you say that?
Because we've been winning, good, bad, and ugly, that as long as we win, that we don't see there's a problem. But I think that we need to lose. I think we need not all losses are bad losses.
I know what you're saying. I think
that we need to reset a little bit because I don't think they've seen the problem, because we keep winning, finding ways to win. Another Nick Sirianni speech. Good job, man. We won. We grit it out. Every week is like we grit it out. It's hard to win in the NFL. Okay. Because we keep winning, ain't shit changing. It's like week after week after week, but also we got to account the opponents we played. All like 3 out of the 4 opponents might be in the playoffs. We might have to play each one of them again, right?
Yeah,
Tampa is definitely going to be there. Rams is going to be there. The Chiefs is going to be somewhere, and then the Cowboys. I mean, those are your divisional rivals. So it wasn't an easy start of 4 games. This is one of the hardest 4 games I've seen the Eagles play in a long time. So I got to keep thinking about that too, but I got to see the Denver game, the Giants game. So let me see the Vikings game and then the Giants game again. So I'm giving them another 4 weeks to change this around. Or look at the bye week, somebody is getting fired if this shit is done. Is not changed.
So to your point though, JC, this is what I think about in terms of evolve. A lot of comps too. You're seeing this all over social media, comps to 2023. And I'm like, first off, this isn't 2023. All right. We could be 10-1 again, and we still got these problems with AJ. It's not 23 for one reason. We got Vic Fangio on the other side. People forget we had one of the worst defenses of football in 23 with remember, we had Sean Desai, and then we put Matt Patricia in there. That was the collect. Dude, if you look at our offensive ranks in 23, go back and relook at them, you'll blow your mind. They scapegoated Brian Johnson. I continue to say that. I will always say it. They scapegoated Brian Johnson, made him look like he had no idea what the hell he was doing for one of the worst defenses in football. I still, for the life of me, don't know why they did it. Now, it all worked out for us in the end, so it's not that big. It's not, it ended up working. Again, we got Kellen Moore, went on and won a Super Bowl. The rest is history. So, it is what it is. But, yeah, I want to see them continue to – just because you're 4-0, that doesn't mean you don't have problems. That would be my comp to 23. It ain't going to happen like 23. But what I learned from that is don't just let winning blind you from what the problems are. We won a game with 2 blocks in special teams. We beat Dallas with one of the top paid receivers in football dropping 4 passes. Now, I'm not going to play the coulda, shoulda, woulda game. We won the game.
Thanks.
What I will say is that something that you want to rely on week in and week out. Last year, again, hey, we had a small margin, but Saquon Barkley was on a historic pace. That's a little different than winning on a special teams block, winning on a CeeDee Lamb drop. Again, we won the game, but I don't want to blind ourselves with, hey, we're 4-0, so there's no problems in the world. You know what I mean? That would be my only comp, but I hate the 23 comp, man. I hate the 23 comp because I'm like, we got Vic Fangio, man. He's not letting that happen, I promise you.
In a much better defense, and much better defense.
Much better
Like that 2023, we went out and got Kevin Byard, right, mid-season, and tried to throw him in there. We changed defensive coordinator halfway through. Being 10-1, nope, you're fired. Hey, Matt Patricia, come on in. It was so dysfunctional in 2023 that this is not the same. This is not the same.
No,
There's not the same. Our DC is better. We just need to focus on the offense, to me, and everything will be fine, man. Like the defense, I'm not even worrying about the defense. I mean, we are giving up 22 points per game. And 3 out of those games are all in the first half. This defense is shutting teams down in the second half. So this defense gets better as the game goes along. So it's only our offense, and that's the reason why we feel a little uncomfortable, but this is definitely not the same, 2023. I hate when media kept on saying 2023, we've seen this before. The Chiefs snuck by every freaking team last year. Like freaking field goal block, punt block, last second win. And nobody was, oh, yeah, that's the Chiefs. That's Patrick Mahomes. They figure out a way to win. That's what champions do. Right. But we're doing it. But the Eagles can be 4-0. Look how they're winning. It's ugly. Bring down the whole house. It's like double standard, man. Like
to that point you're talking about, we win a couple more of these, and we're gonna get the same treatment. We just don't got enough yet. Jalen got to get more than one. He got like 4 rings over there. So that's the reason why they give him the love. He done that in multiple times.
Speaking of those rings, all right, let's talk about them for a second with AJ Brown. I think there's a human element that a lot of fans, and I can be guilty of this too, leave out when they think about AJ Brown. Like, I understand that all we want to do as Eagle fans is win the game and win Super Bowls and get to the next thing. But athletes aren't robots. Like AJ Brown has personal aspirations. And what they're doing, if you look at the way they're playing right now, Jalen Hurts, if he continues on this trajectory, I guarantee you he's in Canton one day. Because when you're a quarterback, you get credit for some of those wins, even if he throws 2,900 yards a year, right? Yeah. You look at AJ Brown, though, if he's the footnote of the Eagles' greatest years, and they win multiple Super Bowls, and he's a footnote, and he's got 1,000 yards or 850 yards, or he's getting a couple targets, his legacy is not going to be the same. And you're probably – fans are right when they're like, they shouldn't care about that as much. But, again, they're not robots, man. You can't just tell a man who's worked his whole life to become the best at his craft to not care about that. He's going to care about it, and I think people leave that out in the conversation with A.J. Brown. Like, guys, he's a man. He got to this point for a reason. for, by a commitment to his craft, to what he does, and to just act like we win. Who cares if he gets 7 yards? That's good for a fan to think, but that's not how AJ Brown's thinking, and I respect him for that. I got no problem with that.
And shout out to JD3 with the $5 super chat. He said, first time listener from Jacob. Salute to you.
Let's go, JD.
Content, man. Make sure you guys got 102 in here. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe wherever you're at, man. Hit that follow button. And then also go follow Jacob Media if you're not subscribed to them. Xander's doing it every morning. Great show, 365. But I would say like this team right now is where they need to be. You don't want to say that, but it is where they need to be. They got some adversity. The Eagles play better with adversity. You know what I'm saying? Maybe AJ's just stirring it up early, because it is week 4. And this is when they started up last year and they went on that run and won the Super Bowl. So let him be the one. That's his team captain role. He goes, I'm going to start the shit around here. Right. Let me do it, coach. I'll do it. And I must use some cryptic stuff to make people really wonder, am I mad? Am I not mad? We're sitting here losing our mind. Like, is this guy mad? Does he want to get traded? Does he not want to get traded? Should we trade him? Because there's even parts of people that's like, hey, AJ might not get a re-up. So that's why I told everybody this window right now with the players we got is right now, next 2-3 years. That's it. Because a lot of these players might not get that re-up. If we're going to be playing all these other young stars that we got going on, it's the roster's going to go from offense heavy to defense heavy in terms of the cash flow in this team. And you're going to have to bring in some new people. I'm
going to have to believe that before I see it. Or I'm going to have to see that before I believe it. Excuse me.
You don't think so?
Well, no. I think they're going to pay certain guys. But this is Jeffrey Lurie run team, man. I don't think he's gonna get rid of too much offense on his team for defense. There's Hugh Douglas on WIP has this phrase that he uses all the time, and I love the phrase. It's offense is a necessity, defense is a luxury. And that's the philosophy that the Eagles subscribe by. I'm not saying in general in football that's what he's saying. He's saying when it comes to the checkbook, when it comes to the payment of players, that's why the Eagles, their first couple picks every year, it's defense. They got loaded up on rookie contract. Now, some of that is circumstantial because they've paid AJ and Jalen and Devontae and all those guys. But I don't know. It does bring in the question, though, man. Who are they going to let go? Because nobody wants to think about AJ Brown in another uniform. But when the business comes into it and you're not using him in your offense, does he become expendable? I don't think he is. But I'm just posing the question. I don't think we can live in a world where those conversations aren't going to happen.
I remember hearing someone talk about this with AJ, that we talk about again. Like we said earlier, I think we said it early in the show, how it was like the first game he didn't get very many targets, you know what I'm saying? And the targets kind of went up each game. Last 2 games, he got 9 targets, not at least 9 targets. It's like I heard someone say, AJ, maybe it's you. You need to get open. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really making that much separation. If you know your quarterback's not going to throw the ball into harm's way, you need to get open. There's a lot of receivers out there. Puka Nacua, prime example. You can double Puka. He's still getting 13 catches a game.
But I'm happy you brought him up.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can Puka Justin Jefferson. He's still going to get his catches. You can throw it back up with Justin Jefferson. He's still going to get his yards, his catches, because he's that good. AJ's been that way too. Last week against the Rams, when we did get him hot early, he decided to do it. Those yards came after the catch. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were on him. He caught the ball and made plays after the catch. So I'm saying, like, why don't you, I know the coaches could scheme him in a couple of early, easy plays, but you two as a receiver, as wanting to be the best, these other guys, no matter what, you can throw 3 people on some of these guys, and it seems like they're getting open no matter what. They're open, like wide open on these catches. Even Amon-Ra St. Brown with the Lions do that kind of stuff. And it's like, you got to do it too, AJ. You got to show that you're number one.
Yeah. So here would be my take to that. I don't know if JC, if you want to go ahead, you can. I don't know if you have something to say there, but Puka Nacua is a perfect guy to bring up because I'm not one of the people that's on the fire Kevin Petula about. I think you got to give the guy some time. I don't like that they hired a training wheels coach, but they did. Here we are. They did it. So, but you brought up Puka Nacua. They got an offensive mind in Sean McVay over there. Yes. He's pulling him around up the B gap. He's moving him around like there's no tomorrow. And in the NFL, talent matters. Don't get me wrong. And A.J. Brown, could he be better in certain moments? I'm sure he could. But you can't just expect to win on talent alone. You can't. The defenses are too good in this league. The players are too good in this league. And as a coach, as an offensive coordinator, I believe you're not going to make a bad receiver good, but you can make a great receiver exceptional. You can give them a small advantage to put them in situations where they can get the ball. And that's my problem with the Eagles offense, because schematically, I don't see them doing anything creative to get A.J. Brown. Like you said, he didn't create separation. BIRDGANG, I love you. Go watch the routes, please, on the 9 targets. Dude, A.J.'s running like he knows the defenses they're in. This route's not working on that defense. They're running the same blanket coverages on the outside every time. He's running an 8-yard hitch route over and over again. He knows it's not working. There's no creativity to scheming that player open. You know, and I think if you can't just rely on, we got A.J. Brown on the outside, just get open. That's where I think the offense has to give him a little bit of an advantage and give him an opportunity to get in space. I mean, dude, watch Puka Nakua's routes in one game and then watch A.J. Brown's. It's like night and day.
Yeah.
It really is. Night and day.
CeeDee Lamb had some good route running, right?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I mean, all these guys like Justin Jefferson, right? So you telling me you can't throw a quick wide receiver screen to AJ, have him go in motion, and then just flip it to him? I mean, just to get his hands on the ball. You can't do none of those wide receiver reverses, none of that. Hey, shoot, just tell him Madden. Hey, just go steal plays from Madden, for Christ's sake, and put it in the playbook. I mean, they have some better plays than what we're seeing right now. It's either go routes or quick slants, go routes or a hitch. That's the only 3 routes I see AJ run: go, quick slant, hitch. That's it. Like, there's no creativity at all. So it's not Hurts' fault. It's not AJ's fault. It's why are you going to give KP the keys to the Ferrari after you win the Super Bowl for him to start all over again? Why not get an advanced play caller and help Jalen Hurts grow and like help this team just go to the next level? We just won a Super Bowl. Ain't nothing going to be easy. Every team we play, we are their Super Bowl. So we going to get the best shot. Why do you think Barkley cannot find holes no more? They are stacking the box. They are trying to make Jalen Hurts beat them. But then even that, they're playing zone. So unless you have a offensive-minded head coach or a good OC, you ain't going to get these guys the ball. Like, you're just going to hope and pray on talent. Get open, AJ. Just do anything. Just get open, Smitty. Like, what we saw with the fake tush-push touchdown, that's what I want to see throughout the whole game. But not only with the tush-push, but throughout the whole freaking game. Just like from the 20 to the 20, can we see something else, please? Because once we get inside the 20, we're good. But from the 20 to the 20, we suck.
Too many 3 and outs, too. We talked about that already, yeah.
And it's like, it's good that you're 100% in the red zone, though. You know, like, there's been years we were good outside the red zone to kick field goals, my guy. Like, it's good that we're, scoring touchdowns every time we're there. Like, okay, we're in a 20 touchdown guarantee. Let's go. Let's go kick off, please. Kick off, please. We're just getting that touchdown. But you watch the maturity of Jalen. I heard my Lotta talk about it too, where he's like, we just need to get to the line faster too. Yeah. More time, but maybe he goes, we're being lazy about it. We're not rushing up to the line. He goes, yeah, I do got the clip. Hold on, let's go. Let's let him say it. He said a lot better. Let's go.
We just don't have enough urgency. So this week, that's going to be my emphasis as a leader on this team, is especially for the O-line, because it starts with us, is that we need to break that huddle faster. Shoot. Don't care if we don't even get the play. Let's just get to the line, and Jalen can tell us the play while we're at the line. Let's just get set.
Was that an issue last year, or is this like something you're just now, like a new thing you've had to deal with?
I think it wasn't an issue last year. I think it could have used a lot more work last year, that we could have made it an emphasis, which we were. I just think this year we kind of we're slacking off. We're slacking off, and we got to pick up that urgency just so we can play free, man. I'm tired of yeah, I'm tired of breaking the clock, and we have no seconds to make calls.
So if AJ is complaining, Mariota, I'm pretty sure he's saying something. If every offensive player is saying something, then somebody is not listening. So you might have been right that AJ might have tried to handle this in-house, and then he just got look after week 2 or week 3, the first half. He just said, you know what? Enough is enough. Let me send out a tweet, because there's no way that you have guys that won championship with you, Nick Sirianni. If you that coach that, hey, the players could come talk to you, and you're hearing stuff like this, why isn't it getting fixed? So
no, I look at you. He's a new play caller. They always come in with that attitude where they want their stuff to work. You know, they don't want to be known for somebody else's work. They want to know that they came in with their offense and they made it work so they can get the credit for it. So then they can be an offensive head coach somewhere. Look at Kellen Moore. He came in, boom, put his stamp on it. You know, it didn't work out. It wasn't that smooth in the beginning, but he put that stamp on it. And now he's trash over there in New Orleans. Like, what
the funniest part about Kellen Moore is that was not the offense he wanted to run. I guarantee you guys that he did not come into Philly like, we're going to have the best running attack. He was supposed to remember when we first hired him? It was supposed to be motion and all these different things from the offense. He didn't do any of that, man. Our offense, our passing game went down.
Not to the playoffs. And not to the playoffs. And then you saw everybody getting open, Goddard's getting open. I'm like, whoa, where was this at? He saved it towards the end. But you're absolutely right, man. We need a coach that all about motion, man. The eyes of the linebackers, just, you know, man.
They don't have that much creativity in their offense, you know. And one of you, I think it was you, BIRDGANG, you brought up earlier where they keep winning, right? And this is I'm going to say this is in no way a knock on Jalen Hurts. I believe that Jalen Hurts truly is what he preaches and only gives a fuck about winning. Yo, excuse my French. I don't know if I should be cursing.
Oh, yeah. That's
it.
But I believe he truly only cares about winning, which is a good thing. But when you have problems on the offense and AJ's over here saying, hey, man, we got to do something different, and Devontae's walking off, not in a good mood, like that's where I'm like, is Jalen just bought in right now because they keep winning? And JC, this is where you brought up it earlier. Like, would a loss almost help because it would force Jalen, who, again, not a knock on him, but if they win, man, he's like, we don't have to change. I'm not changing anything until we don't win. So I was wondering that. I'm like, would a loss almost help get to the next level? Because I'll tell you what, after 4 games, this is, as an Eagle fan, this is the most optimistic thought I have about this team. You played 3 playoff teams, JC, you mentioned that earlier. They haven't even come close to putting a full game together yet. Can you guys imagine if they are able to put a full – I guarantee you if they put a full game together through the playoffs, we will win it. We will be on a parade on Broad Street again.
Yes.
That's how good this team is. So optimistically, I'm like, hey, we don't have to put it all together in week 4. If they can get to that point, we're going to be in a good spot. And I think AJ, the excellence-minded player that he is, that's what he sees. He sees this. We don't have to skate by. We don't have to barely beat the Cowboys. We don't have to barely beat the Chiefs. We don't have to come back on the Rams. You know, we don't have to fend off a 19-point lead to the Bucs. Yeah. We're good enough to not again, I don't want to be crass, but some of it is like it's a little bit bitch-minded in terms of I believe in attacking and taking what you want out of life. The Eagles play passive. They play like, you know, I'm not going to be the aggressor. I'm just going to handle it as it, you know, or do what we have to do, almost the bare minimum of what we have to do to win games. I think, as AJ said after last week, we got killers. Let the killers go kill. We don't need to worry about if Jalen throws an interception here, man. Okay, you know, okay, whatever. You know, it's okay. It's going to happen. So I don't know. I feel like we're stuck between a rock and a hard place a little bit with the offense.
Yeah, we're averaging 27 points a game, by the way. All right, the Eagles are averaging 27 points a game, almost 30 points a game, which is pretty good.
27 points a game is real good.
Exactly right. But when do we average it? Like, because I haven't seen a complete game where we start scoring from start to finish. It's either all in the beginning, all at the end. So imagine if we could put a full game together, and we could be almost averaging 40 points a game, easy.
But we already answered it. Really, what we've been talking about today. Offensive line not being healthy, play calling being shitty. Jalen Hurts. But what you said, Xander, and I think everybody on the team need to be just like Jalen Hurts in that aspect of that. That's not a knock at all on Jalen Hurts.
Right.
You know why? Because he's sacrificing Pro Bowls, all pros, all that stuff too to make sure he wins the game. He's still making clutch plays with his legs and his feet. In his arm when the plays need to be made. Fourth down, audible Smitty, touchdown. Back shoulder fade, AJ. When he needs to do it, he's still doing what he needs to do. He takes over the game like a leader should and make sure he makes the plays to win the football game.
Look, hey, you see what you just said? AJ would never get the credit. But Hurts could throw for 100 yards and for 4 touchdowns. He's the man. But AJ
get
was
murdered for it.
What?
Get murdered for only throwing 100 yards.
JC's talking about something different. At the end of the day, Hurts will have more glory than the rest. That's just the nature of football. He's a quarterback, man. He's a quarterback. Now, again, I think you're right, BIRDGANG, from a sense of that's what football is all about. It's about buying into the team over the individual. It's a team game. It really is a team game. It's the only game. That's why I love it so much. It's the only professional sport, really, where you could have somebody play on their hands and knees, unreal. And if the other 11 guys on your offense or on your defense aren't bought in, or one of them doesn't do their job right, they can mess the whole thing up. And
it's the whole Brady effect. Everybody act like Brady threw all these damn yards in the beginning. If y'all remember when Brady first started, he wasn't a stat monster.
No, he was not.
At all. He was a game manager with suspect talent too. He was making receivers. He was making people, but he was a suspect.
He didn't have
game manager until he got Randy Moss when those yards went up. When he started playing like 12 years and he knew every damn defense because he done beat every team in football, and when his stats started really going up. It's like it takes time to get to that point where you're just like yard monster. But guess what Brady didn't do? He didn't turn the ball over very much. He had a good defense, and they won football games.
Yeah, but Brady did not have
the most championships out of all of the
You're missing the point. Stop with the Brady situation. He did not have talent like this, right? He had a defense-minded head coach and Bill Belichick, right? And there was like, hey, Brady, don't mess up the game for us. But imagine if Brady had T.O. by his
Randy Moss.
Man, he had Randy Moss.
What are you talking about? He had Gronkowski, the best tight end ever. Aaron Hernandez, before he became a complete psycho, they were the best two tight end duos ever. In football. What are you talking about? He had Corey Dillon or Corey Dillon. Yeah, running back there. He had some good. Kevin Falk played some good football with him. He had Wes Welker. He had,
I don't know. Who did he have those first couple years though? Who did he have like 01 when he won? I think he won his first Super Bowl in 01. He had like 2,800 passing yards that year. I don't know if he had Aaron Hernandez, any of them guys. Who do you have?
No.
I don't know.
Because look, his first 3 Super Bowls, I don't think he had Gronk or Hernandez because he went 10 years without winning a Super Bowl.
That was a big too. His first 3 Super Bowls, he didn't win a damn Super Bowl. It was the kicker, Vinatieri, that won those games. Yeah, he couldn't even move the ball at the end of those games. Vinatieri was kicking like 58 yarders, 60 yarders to win Super Bowls and shit. And then he left and went to the Colts and won Super Bowl with them because it was about his leg. You know what I'm saying? Vinny had that team a lot for sure. But it was just like you said, it's a complete team, and we got to be happy. Like when the last time we always complain about special teams, and yes, I still want to see a kickoff return. Please get somebody that can return the kick to the house, please. When the last time you remember
Tank? You don't like Tank?
Well, he ain't ran nothing back yet. So until he runs Tank 2 games ago, he dropped like 4 kickoffs in a row. What are you doing? You're supposed to be that guy coming here.
I know.
Oh my God!
Wait, you know what they were doing there, though. You guys know what they were doing on those kickoffs. That Cardi, that kicker for he's apparently he does these knuckleballs or something. Apparently he's mastered the knuckleball. None of them could catch it. You know,
Catch
Messi,
the damn ball. Currently play every team. Not every team is dropping balls like that.
Your tank was like this.
Catch the goddamn ball. That's your only job. You're not getting no PT at running back. You know, get out there, catch the ball, go return it, and make yourself available. You know,
Hey,
dropping the ball. Like, man, you get your sorry ass off the game, kick return, and get
Look,
back.
hey, it was so bad. Look, it was so bad that Tank didn't want to catch the ball no more. Hey, the ball went right past him. Go get the ball. I was like, go get the ball. Yo, he was like this. Just, I'm like, oh. But nah, man. I think overall, man, hey, yo, special teams, man.
Oh my goodness.
Back-to-back weeks. I mean, 2 blocked field goals a couple weeks ago, a blocked punt return for TD. When was the last time we seen that happen in Philly?
That Jordan Davis thing I never seen. I can't tell you. Corey Simon ain't ran nothing back. Fletcher Cox ain't never ran nothing back. You know, Walker ain't. I ain't never seen none of them guys blocking field goal running back for touchdown.
That was crazy. That was an historic moment. Yeah, that was pretty sick. That moment. If we're able to piece together another special season, that'll be one of the moments that's like last year was the Saquon hurdle and some of those like the dagger. Those are the plays you remember. That Jordan Davis run back will be one that we remember if it's a special season again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go. Let's get a little bit before we get you out of here, Zan. I know you got to go. Let's get you. Let's get to this Broncos game. Like you guys talked about the schedule all the way up until now. The Broncos are looking pretty damn good out there, man. You know, they got a really good defense. Bo Nix slinging that rock over there. You know, like they got 2 of the best cornerbacks in the league. You know, Patrick Surtain won Defensive Player of the Year last year. And like I got their defense on my fantasy and they are looking mighty nice for me to give me a lot of points. So the Eagles can't keep playing like this. Like I feel like the offense got to do something different because, you know, they got 2 nice running backs. They got Dobbs over there and Harvey over there. They're doing a good job right now. And, you know, don't ever sleep on Sean Payton. That's a coach right there. You want to talk about good coaches, the McVays and all them guys. Sean Payton's a genius. He took a year off and came back, and now he's ready to roll. You know, he got his quarterback. He got the offense. He got the defense rolling. And that's not a team that, even though we're playing at home and we haven't really lost in 20 games. But you know what I'm saying? Like, even being at home against a team of that caliber, man, we got to really go in there with our A game, man. So what do you think are some, like, key matchups that you're worried about in this game?
Well, I think the matchup that jumps out at you is they got one of the best cornerbacks in football in Patrick Surtain. You know what I mean? And you're trying to get AJ Brown going after he's tweeting. You know what kind of problems does that present for a team right now that's struggling to pass the football consistently, going up against that cornerback? But you know they also got great safeties. They got that Hufanga guy and Brandon Jones, I think the other guy's name is. So they got good players all throughout. On that defense, they got the edge rushers. Nick Benito's having a good year. So, look, they got a good defense. I went to Alabama, so I'm not a Bo Nix guy because we used to beat his ass when he was at Auburn. So I don't like Bo Nix. But to your point, he's been playing pretty good ball for them over there. But it's not their offense I'm worried about. It's that defense. That's going to be a tough defense to kind of get through. You know, they've been good against the run too. So. What is the kind of the approach this week coming in is probably the main thing you watch. And look, they got some good players. That Cortland Sutton over there, he's good. You know, he's a sneaky good receiver. They got some good players. So they're a good team.
You're from Alabama, Xander. You from Bama? I'm in Bama right now.
Bama. I went to Bama though for a couple of years. Yeah. I didn't finish, but I did go to Bama for a couple of years. So it was pretty.
Hey, these guys have been thinking about us since halftime of the last game. Check this out.
How long are you going to celebrate this one until you're like, nah, we got some big dogs up next?
I'm already on to him. Ooh. I was on to him as soon as I realized we realized that we had, you know, the game in our hands. And we
halftime.
I'm like, yeah, on to the Eagles.
Halftime?
Not halftime. I'll say the last 2 minutes.
Yo, I heard y'all was game playing the hands up for the Eagles.
Listen, no, the last 2 minutes, I was like, okay, it's time to focus on Philly.
Hey, when you look at the Eagles, who's the biggest threat in your mind?
We already on their brain. They're like, what are we going to do at halftime? We won this game.
Yeah.
On to the next. Can we be the guys and stop the champions? Because that's what it was about. Every team going to keep giving us their best and their best and their best and their best and their best till they're the first team to knock us off. Yep, so they can have them right to feel like, hey, no matter what they did this year, we took them out. They were undefeated, 20 straight games, and every game we win is going to make that more dramatic. 21, 22, 23, 20, we get 10-0. You know what I'm saying? Like when we're at 30 games in a row, we ain't never lost. They're gonna be like, we are the team to stop me right now.
You're right. That's part of being a champ, though. That's part of being a champ. Everybody's coming for you, as you said earlier, JC. That's true. It's a big part of it.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Denver Broncos is going to be a tough challenge, but we're the biggest test by far they had. Yeah, they played the Colts, the Chargers. They lost to the Chargers. I believe they lost to the Chargers and the Colts, and they played the Titans and the Bengals. So they beat the Titans and the Bengals, guys. You know what I mean? And lost to the two good teams they played, the Colts and the Chargers.
Yeah, right. You got 2 wins over the Titans and the Joe Burrow-less Bengals.
Yeah. Like I mean, but they are rushing for $143 a game, and they're only allowing 16 points a game. So this is possibly going to be the best offensive line they face. You could argue the Colts might have a good offensive line also, but they lost. But so I'm not really too high on the Broncos. You know what I mean? Just like the Bucs, right? The Bucs ain't beat nobody, but hey, everybody wants to say that's the best team in the NFC. And then they ran across the best team in the NFC, and they were down 18 before they could blink an eye, right? So sometimes who you play matters. Now, we are battle tested. We played a good defensive front with the Chiefs and the Rams, the Bucs. So this right here is just another, hey, look, let's see how can we get our offense together. Hey, don't worry about who's across from you. As long as we focus on our offense, man, we could beat the Broncos
we're
easily. Especially at home. They're two different teams. When they at home, it's kind of hard to beat them, but when they're away, they losers. Okay.
Right, because you got the elevation. You got the elevation out there in Denver, which really does. I don't know if you guys have ever been in Denver or one of those West. Dude, it's a real thing. You get out there, you're like, whoa, it's way different. That's why you remember when they first went out there, Jalen Hurts made a comment about that. He was a little surprised by it. So it definitely is a thing. But look, I don't want to overstate it. Broncos are a solid team.
Yeah.
Don't be sleeping on any competitors.
Nope.
But if we play our game in this game, we're not losing to the Denver Broncos. Not in Philly.
Every football team though in the NFL though, in terms of the Eagles, if they are all clicking on all cylinders, if our offense and defense play 4 quarters, there's not a team, a roster out there that can actually compete with us. If you want to be honest with us, like the talent level is way superior because from top to bottom, your veteran players are better than you look at your veteran.
I would say the Rams though. I would say the Rams because they're 2 wide receivers, man. Like to me, those were the 2 best wide receivers we're gonna face all year: Devontae Adams and Puka. And then you have a savvy quarterback in Matthew Stafford, a Super Bowl champion, right? With Detroit along with Megatron, he could sling the rock. He can make all the passes. A good running game, a good young, hungry defense. I think the closest team, it's not even the Packers to me. It's the Rams is the closest one to the Philadelphia Eagles that I could see neck and neck if they play their best that they could hang with us.
We beat them 3 times in a row. They're nothing compared to
BG.
What the hell
JC's right in that. I agree.
3 times in a row, my guy. If you're really that good, you go sneak out 1 out of 3 games. You can get JC, 1 out of 3 games.
JC, this is what we were talking about.
I don't hear nothing from you. I don't hear nothing from the Chiefs. I don't hear nothing from the Packers. I don't hear nothing from any of those guys when we don't beat you more than 3 times in a row. We're 4-0 against the Rams, to be honest with you. Like, if we got your number more than 3 times, don't call at me. You know what I'm saying? Keep your phone on do not disturb or whatever the hell, because you're not talking nothing about the Eagles. That's a damn show. Like I said, they would have come out and won one of these games. Okay, they are a very talented football team. I think they will stump on Moho and most teams in the NFL, but there's just certain teams that I feel like we just got their numbers. The Rams.
You know what our biggest advantage is over the Rams? At least in my opinion.
Size.
Psyche.
That's one. It's actually the head coach, and let me explain. Sean McVay is a mastermind when it comes to offensive football. We talked about it on this show tonight, watching Puka Nacua get schemed open. No doubt, he's top of the league when it comes to that stuff. But when you're the head coach of a football team, a lot more decisions go into the output of the game or the outcome of the game than just how you call the offense. And we watched just a week ago in this season right now, they had 4 straight moments against the defending Super Bowl champions, pressing in the first half to put us on ice, and he kicked 4 straight field goals.
Yes.
So their head coach, while he's an amazing offensive mind, Nick has actually given us an advantage with the way we play aggressively. And I know sometimes it pisses us off. Believe me, I've been on my show one time like, hey, just take the points. You can't do it every time. But they do that every time. And that's the only reason we came back and won that football game is because they took those 4 field goals. Think about if they had one of those or 2 of those converted. And 2 of them, by the way, were 4th and 2. You got Stafford, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, and you're kicking field goals versus defending Super Bowl champs. Field goals aren't going to get
too. The way offense been looking, would you really count on that? You want to get their points. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of one of the things. Like, you're a good coach. Like, these guys are trash. They're not putting up no stats, on offense. Their offense not really doing
nothing. How'd that work out for them in the second half? We marched back and win that game. And wait, and now you're on.
What are you talking about? That field goal, I bet you 95% of every Eagles fan at the end of that game thought the game was fucking over. We lost the game, and we were fine with it. It wasn't about to be a blowout. I don't think we would have came out like, oh, my God, the Eagles suck. We were just like, damn, we lost that one. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is we didn't lose that one. It was a block, 2 back-to-back. That never happens in football, especially not for a touchdown. That never happened. That was something that no Eagles fan can be like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. We're going to win no matter what. I felt 100% confident with 4 seconds left in the game that they're going to kick a friggin' 40-yarder when this guy was booming field goals from 50+, and, we're just going to, win a football game. No, that was not.
All right, guys, I got a question for you. Who's having a breakout game this week?
I'm going to say
Denver, right?
Wait, what'd you say, JC?
Hey, Zach Bond. Like, I really think that he might have another interception. He might have double-digit tackling because the Broncos, remember, they're going to try to run the ball. And they're going to try to establish the line of scrimmage and try to run it with Harvey and the other running back they have. So I really think that they're going to try to establish the offense, the running game. And I think that Zach Bond is going to be all over the place. So that is my deep MVP on the defensive side. He's going to change the game.
I don't know about Zach Bond because he's doing it every game, so it's nothing surprising anymore.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's what he do.
Not as much a breakout.
He either going to get an interception or he's going to get a fumble. He pick one, whatever one he gets for that game, or he's going to definitely have 8 to 11 tackles.
All right, who do you think then, BG?
Saquon Barkley. His first 100-yard game. He's going to get his first 60-yard run of the season. He's going to light up this week. Saquon's tired of the shit. They've been telling him he's giving up passing plays. He's like, maybe I have, maybe I haven't. I talked to all the GOATs. I'm ready to roll. Saquon is got a lot of pressure on himself. And see, that's the difference I love between Saquon and AJ. Saquon takes full accountability himself. He's not pointing the finger at nobody, not the offensive coordinator, not the offensive line.
Don't start coming at AJ Brown like that, Bird. Come on, man.
Hey, Saquon like this. I need to be better. I need to be more patient. I need to handle my bits. I need to put the big yards up. They're doing their job. I need to do my job. And that's what a leader does. And that's why I say Saquon's going for at least 150 this week.
All right, I got my breakout guy. It's not Saquon, and it ain't Zach Bond either.
Who is it?
Give me A.J. Brown. You come on Twitter and you start yapping up a storm. Jalen's going to go out there. He's going to start firing that ball. Kevin Patullo is going to be in that first half Bucks game, second half Rams game bag that we only see sporadically. A.J. Brown, 125 plus in this game. It's time. It's time to get the top 3 receiver in football involved in your offense. Let him make a difference. Let him be a part of it. Let him feel it, man. He's a professional that's driven by greatness. You're dealing with the best athletes in the world here. Let him get going. That's my breakout player of the week.
2 things, though. Thanks. Shout out for $2 super chat. He said, we haven't lost a home game since Atlanta last year. That's true.
That was week 4, yeah.
But what I'm gonna say is about that, it's like you don't think Devontae feels the same way?
He does.
Devontae's a starter receiver too. He's made arguably more significant plays throughout this AJ Devontae thing than AJ have. You know, crucial plays, the dagger. You know what I'm saying? You think about a lot of like clutch back in the end zone, toe drag, swag. But Devontae doesn't say nothing to nobody about nothing either.
He wasn't happy though, BJ. He wasn't, man.
It's not to be happy. It's just about keep your mouth shut and keep the unity on this football team at 100%.
You're right.
So we need it the whole year long. The whole year. We need positive energy to promote through this locker room all year long. Because people are hurt, and you're going to need to lead them to positive energy to get you through the games, guys.
So you don't think Devontae and AJ be talking at all? You don't think AJ is like, yo, I'm gonna get this right for us? You don't think they're on the same team at all?
I do think so. I do think so sometimes. I do think so because man, Smitty.
He's quiet about it.
He's
Smitty
quiet.
ain't the talking type, right? He ain't the talking type.
Yeah, he's not the talking type. So he'll let AJ take all the the blame and stuff like that. But hey, look, I won't be surprised if Smitty was like, "Hey man, I need you to say something after this game, man. Hey, I need you to say."
Remember the one game last year. Smitty and AJ both made the comment passing is the problem. That was the game before the Steelers game when they broke out. That's when Jalen finished the game. He's wearing a big bling and he says, "That's what y'all wanted to see," in the Kango hat. That was that game last year. The game before that, I think it was the Panthers game. I forget what game it was, but that's the game last year that both of them made a comment. So I don't know. I think Smitty.
It was the Panthers game. It was the Panthers game.
Yeah, that's right. The game before.
But Xander, I like that. You know why? Because what would not make it even more sweeter? Because this, like you said, this would be the game that you wouldn't expect AJ to go off. You got the reigning defensive player of the year that happens to play cornerback. That's going to be following you around this football game all game long.
Even better.
Now,
better.
You want to be the best receiver in the game?
Yeah.
Put $150 on his head.
Yes.
Hey, 3 years ago. Hey, 3 years ago, when we played Denver at Denver, Smitty had 4 receptions for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Pat Surtain was there. He caught his first touchdown in the end zone.
Yeah, I remember that.
With the big robotic arm. Yep, yo, look at the celebration, and when he was jumping in the end zone.
Yeah,
that was Pat Surtain. But I'm gonna go with Smitty. I changed my mind. I'm going offense because Pat Surtain and AJ. Hey, look, and Jalen Hurts, he's not gonna try to get into it. Hey, I hear you, AJ, but his 4 targets. Hey, his 4 targets for 50 yards.
Why you always stealing our dreams, JC?
Look. Hey,
Jalen's
4 targets. 50 yards and a touchdown. AJ, you're done. Smitty, go get him. It's going to be a game. I see Smitty going for $110 and a score.
I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be happy if any one of us are right. Give me a Saquon game. Give me a Jalen game, man. I'd love one of them.
Give me a Dallas Goedert game again.
And a pick six by Saquon.
All this. Dallas keeping his mouth shut, just getting touchdowns, getting yards. He doesn't care. He's like, yeah, good job, guys. We're winning. Woo!
Goddard, man.
He don't care about getting yards. He's like, I'm getting me some respect. I'm one of the best tight ends this year right now.
Goddard had 2 touchdowns last game, man. You know what I mean? Like, this team is so stacked. Look, I wish that everybody could eat just like the second half of the Rams game. Smitty ate, AJ ate, Dallas ate. That's it. Like every game, just 1-1-1, just a touchdown. Just keep it open.
Right, they all had a touch in that game, right? Goddard, Smitty, and AJ. Yeah.
They did all score.
Yeah.
And Goddard and Saquon both scored this last game for sure. So we just need to get a receiver in there because Saquon. That's another reason why Saquon not saying because he's still getting touchdowns. You know, like he's still scoring a touchdown a game here, a game there. He's still getting this little 80 yards a game. He's not completely getting blank. He's making some nice 8 to 9 yard runs. It's like, but like we all said, this has been early season talk. What we're going to be doing. If we're still acting like this come week 6, 7, now I'm putting on the panic brakes. Like, what's going on?
After the Giants game?
Yes, especially if you don't go below back out. They don't have neighbors. We should blow their backs out like a used prostitute.
I think we're going.
Forget my French. We should be blowing that back out.
I think we're going 8-0 into the bye. We got Denver, Giants,
Vikings,
Carson Wentz, and then the Giants again.
Yeah,
I don't want to get ahead of myself, but if they handle big, they play their game, they're going to win those 4 games. And then it gets tough after the bye. You got Packers, Lions back to back after the bye.
Yeah,
this should be. Xander, who do you think is the biggest threat to the Eagles?
Lions still.
Still?
Hey, we'll play on too. You know, and the funny thing this season is every biggest threat, we play all of them this season. That's the biggest thing, right? We play everybody like the Packers, we gonna play them. The Rams, the Bucks, boom, the Lions. We gonna play all the biggest threats, okay?
But do you guys think that's a problem?
Who's the biggest threat?
Do you guys think that's a problem? Because we played all the biggest threats last year and had to replay them again. Like, you know, the probability of continuing to keep beating these guys over and over again are not very high. Like, football is football. Any given Sunday, these are tight games. Not like we're blowing the backside of these guys. We're barely winning by one scoring possession, one possession type of course. Are you worried that, like, you know, okay, yeah, we beat the Packers, but we can play the Packers later on in the playoffs. They might beat us. Tampa Bay, remember what that year we beat them in the regular season, but they beat us bad in the playoffs.
Yeah, but we didn't have AJ
more. But you don't know. We don't know who's going to be hurt by the end of the season.
The reason I said the Lions first is because the Lions are kind of built to be our kryptonite with the way we play offense. Like, the way we play offense isn't really built to come from the behind. Now, we've proven that we can, like we did last week in the Rams game. But our core of our offense, our run first offense, is not really built to play from behind. And with that high powered offense, if they come out and just start scoring, which I don't think they will, but they're kind of built if things are working for them on that game day, you know, they would be a tough team for us. But dude, I still feel like I said to you guys, if we're clicking, man,
nobody.
There's not a team in the league, not a team in the AFC, not a team in the. And I was trying to be objective. I know I'm an Eagle fan, but I really do try, and I watch all the games. I'm not afraid to say Dak Prescott's playing good quarterback right now. Like, I'm an Eagle fan, but I try and be objective. This team, when they click, it's a rare group, man. This is a rare group. So I don't think there's another team right now in football that if we play our game can hang with us for 4 quarters. I really believe that.
That's all
and I agree. And look, hey, we played the Bills this year. The Chiefs were already beat them. Look, I'm telling you, we are playing
games. We didn't play Washington yet again. And by the time we play on
we're playing all the biggest threat that people say this might be the Super Bowl matchup, or this is the biggest threat to the Eagles. Guess what? We're gonna find out because we play every single last one of them, right? And that's why this schedule is so impressive to be 4-0. So just take a deep breath, Eagle fans. Just take a deep breath. I know all the drama that's going on is self-inflicted. But we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. Just be patient. BG, I've been telling you this all off season. I felt like that the offense was going to be the problem. I felt like that in order for us to win games, team was going to say, Jalen Hurts, beat us. I kept on saying all off season, BG thought that we was going to run Barkley for another 2,000 yards. I was like,
look, happen. Hey, it still can happen. It's only 4 games. It's still can happen, my guy. Barkley still got to lose on you.
If you're a defensive coordinator and you allow Saquon Barkley to have the same year he had last year, all y'all should be fired.
Right. But you hear it? On that, JC, the biggest thing that they're doing is they're not stacking the box no more. That's why he's getting 7 and 8 yard runs, because they're actually playing off, because they don't like the fact that when they stop the box, there's no one in the back. So once he gets to the first line of defense, there's no one there to get him. He's just taking.
They're doing like a hybrid.
They have 2 deep safeties on us.
Right, but they're doing like a hybrid of it. JC, I think you mentioned it earlier. They're in these shell zone coverages on the receivers, and they're bringing a lot of guys in, but they're leaving the 2 safeties so that like you just said, BIRDGANG, Saquon can't take those 75-yard runs, because that's the problem with stacking the box. You know, you get 1 block from Mekhi Becton, like you talked about, who was defleeting people last year. You know, Saquon's gone. So now they've taken away on that, but that's why I think they got to get that passing game going a little bit more. It'll help Saquon, man. It'll help Saquon. You know, open things up for him a little bit, man. You got to pose a threat on the outside. And that's where I think AJ's right about what he's saying. But we'll see, boys. We'll see, man. I think we're in a good spot. I agree with both of you.
Well, we about to get out of here, man. Hey, I want to do 2 things. See, one thing I need to get from you before we get out of here and we need 3 hot takes and a score prediction.
Okay.
And then I like to do one thing, your all-time new people that I podcast with, I like to know their all-time Eagles team. So we'll go through it real fast. Give me 3 hot takes and a score prediction for this week.
3 hot takes. Week? Are you talking weekly? Or are you talking season here?
No, this week against the Broncos.
This week against the Broncos. Well, I'll stick with my AJ prediction, and I'll bump the number. You want me to go hot? I'll say 150 plus this week. All right. I'll say Quinyon Mitchell interception because I think he's been playing so good. It's bound to happen. And I'll say Jalen Hurts 3 passing tutties this week. So those would be my 3 predictions this week. And then what'd you say? My all-time Eagle team?
No, score prediction
first.
Score prediction. A little early in the week. I haven't really figured out my score prediction, but I'm probably leaning somewhere in the 27-20 range. I don't think Denver's high-powered enough to score a lot more points than 20 on us. Mm-hmm. And I think 27 is probably a good number. I'll go 27-20 for now.
I like it. Okay, so we do the all-time Eagles team. I'm going to give you a position, how many players I need you to name. And I know I'm not sure exactly what era you go back to, but just go your best player, your favorite player that you watched at the Eagles. So we're going to start with quarterback. Give me your starting quarterback on your all-time team and your backup. Who would it be?
Got to go Jay Hurts, man. Got to go Jay Hurts. Nobody's been as successful as Jalen Hurts on this team. You could probably make an argument for Donovan, but I'm gonna stick with Jalen Hurts, man. I'm going to stick with Jalen Hurts.
And who's backing him up?
Who's backing him up, Donovan?
Running back. Give me 3.
Running back, B. West, Westbrook, Shady, and Saquon. And Westbrook, Shady, and Saquon makes sense.
Who's your starter? Oh, yeah, who's your starter?
You're getting 24 Saquon. You got to go Saquon. But I think I'd probably go – I like B. West because he was versatile. You know, he could catch the ball out of the backfield. He could do a lot of those things. I don't know, man. Take your fucking pick, right? I mean, I'll go Saquon. I'll go Saquon because we got the ring with him. I'll go Saquon because we got the ring with him.
Okay, so give me your 2 tight ends.
2 tight ends. Goddard and Ertz. Selleck. You could go Selleck and Ertz.
Magnum PI. Yeah.
Which one you want to do? Goddard and Ertz or Selleck and Ertz?
I'll go Goddard and Ertz.
Okay. 4 receivers.
4 receivers. AJ.
Okay.
Devontae. We building the 24 team right now.
AJ Devontae.
AJ Devontae. Give me. I guess if you go too far back, you could go Harold Carmichael, right? Probably go Harold Carmichael. Okay. And if you're really going far back, Tommy McDonald would be one, right? He's in the Hall of Fame for crying out loud. But I wouldn't put him in because I never watched Tommy McDonald play. I never watched Harold Carmichael play, so it's kind of tough. But
no T.O., no Jackson, no T.O.
1 year in there. T.O. was 1 year. I can't.
No Jackson.
I'll go D-Jax. You go D-Jax. D-Jax would be good. I mean, you know, you're picking between. Yeah. You're in the conversation. You know what I mean? And any of them I think are good. But, yeah, you can go D-Jax over Tommy McDonald. That's fine.
So you got Carmichael, D-Jax, AJ, and Devontae?
Yep.
Okay.
Now I got to build an offensive line?
Give me a starting offensive line from left tackle to right tackle.
All right, left tackle, JP, Jason Peters.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Left guard. Would Brandon Brooks make sense? Am I missing somebody?
He was right guard.
He was right guard. That's right. He was right guard. Well, I'll put him right guard. I'll put Lane at right tackle.
Okay.
Center, I'll put Kelsey. I guess you could go, you know.
And if you want to move a great to a position to fill it, like you want to go, you know.
I'm putting Lennon Dickerson already. Yo, I'm putting JP.
Who would be another option at left guard? I'm trying to think.
Evan Mathis, right? Evan Mathis.
I'm gonna go Landon.
Yeah, big time.
I'm gonna go Landon.
Yeah, I was trying to think too. I was like, wait, there is another one. But
left guard been
Landon. Actually, they're not as good. Landon. Give me 4 defensive linemen.
Oh, We got a lot of good D linemen, boys.
Who's on your four? Who's your top four? And
All
you
right.
can be positionless on this, like in terms of like tackle and
Yeah, right.
your best four defensive linemen for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I think there's two that you're not allowed to build this list without. Reggie White
Okay.
and Clyde Simmons. I mean, right, both Hall of Famers, the minister of defense. I think you're wearing the shirt right now, the Reggie White shirt, exactly.
I am.
That's my shirt.
Yes, sir.
I got to go Fletch. I loved Fletcher Cox when he played in Philly. I'm going Fletcher Cox. Final one. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anybody, you know. I'm thinking Jerome Brown, but he wasn't that long here. Am I missing somebody?
Wait, did you put Clyde Simmons?
I put Clyde.
Huh?
I put
He was
Clyde.
a linebacker though, wasn't he?
He had 121 career sacks.
At the linebacker spot though, right?
121 sacks from the linebacker spot. He was lining up on the edge.
Okay, so to make it more, because you can use like a Clyde for your four linebackers. So,
All right, so you want me to move Clyde?
Give me some linemen like Corey Simons, Fletcher Cox, you know, Brandon Graham.
Yeah, put Brandon Graham in there. I'll put BJ. Fletcher Cox is good. Jerome, Reggie, Jalen, Jerome, and Clyde. Yeah, see, that was my four right there. No, I didn't put Jalen Carter. I put Fletcher Cox. Reggie, Fletcher Cox. You could put Brandon Graham. I'll put Brandon Graham and Jerome Brown. Those are
Okay.
good.
Your four linebackers.
Clyde, if you're going to give me Clyde.
Yeah.
Probably go Seth Joyner. Probably go Zach Bond. Give me Zach Bond. I got.
Oh, you gonna take Zach Bond after 1 year? But you
won a Super Bowl, BG.
TL went to a Super Bowl with a broken ankle and tore it up.
Well, I guess you go Chuck Ben there. I said Seth, right? I put Seth in there.
Yeah.
Bill Berge. I guess a lot of people will put Bill Berge in there.
What about Jeremiah Trotter?
Jeremiah Trotter's a great one. Axeman. I'm a Trotter Jr. fan too. St. Joe's Prep kid. Give me Clyde. Give me Joyner. Give me Bond, and give me Trotter. I like Trotter.
Okay.
All right. Those are my four there. All right, corners. Is that where I'm at? Corners?
Yeah, corners. Give me
Eric
four
Allen.
cornerbacks.
Eric Allen, easy money, Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Give me Eric Allen. Give me Troy Vincent, probably.
Okay. Yep.
Give me who am I missing? How many corners?
Asante Samuel?
4.
Asante Samuel would be a great one.
Asante Samuel.
Well, Lito Shepard was with Asante Samuel, right? It was Lito and was it Lito and
Sheldon Brown and Lito Shepard.
Oh, yeah, right.
And I like both of them too.
Yeah, I love both of them. I love that Lito chant, man. Oh, I love the Lito chant. It's great. All right, I got 3, right? I got Eric, Troy, and who else?
You said Lito,
right? I said Lito.
Asante
and go Sheldon. You can go Sheldon too.
Okay, let's go with 3 safeties.
Woo!
2 should be very easy. I know.
Brian
Easy. Yeah.
Brian Dawkins is a no-brainer. Every single person I've given this list, be Dawkins, definitely on that. Man.
Yeah, Dawkins, Jenkins. Shit, I need a third. Fuck would be the best safety to put out there. Who you guys got?
Oh, definitely and the same 2 you got. Jenkins, Dawkins.
Those are the obvious. Everything else after that is
me.
Who? Lewis who?
It wasn't Lewis. What the hell's his name?
Somebody say, wait.
Is his name Lewis? Was it the safety name Lewis? Michael Lewis? Is that his name?
Oh, Andre
Waters was definitely good.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it is Michael Lewis, right? Those 2000 teams that went to the Super Bowl. Michael Lewis was starting safety, right?
Oh, no. You talking about McHale?
No.
Michael man, see, this is why I should have pulled up a list before I did that. We left some dudes out, man. Trent Cole at linebacker. We missed Trent Cole.
But Trent Cole was an edge, though, man. Like, he was more of an edge.
Right, but he played more. I felt like he played more linebacker, too. Then I mean, when you brought up, like, Clyde, you know?
Yeah.
It wasn't Michael.
I don't know. I don't know who would be my third safety. I guess I'd have to default to somebody that has a little bit more history, you know, knowledge. I guess Andre.
Waters would be fine.
Yeah, Andre. You could put
Waters, Lewis, Blankenship. You want to
Am
get
I
Blankenship?
thinking special teams?
Anybody put no Reed Blankenship?
You haven't Reed in there yet?
Fucking Reed Blankenship. I ain't put Reed Blankenship? Are you crazy? Reed Blankenship? I'll put TJ Gardner-Johnson before I put Reed Blankenship.
Yes.
Stop it, man. Come on,
Hey,
man.
Reed's made a lot of great plays for us.
People love Reed for
He's
some weird
the
reason.
closer.
He okay, man. He
Yeah,
okay.
But he's not making no Eagles list.
No, man. All-time Eagles list we talk about here. You bring up Reed.
Well, you say you couldn't pick nobody. Why not? You got to start right now.
I'll take Wes or Andre with Greg. I'm good with that. I'm good with that.
So
Do I got
now
any special teams?
we need a punt returner, a kick returner, and a kicker. Who cares about the punter?
Punt return is easy money to Sean Jackson.
Yeah.
Returner, same thing, right? He did kick returns, didn't he?
No.
Or no?
Brian Westbrook even returned kicks.
That's right. Brian Westbrook was so versatile. I love Brian
He
Westbrook.
returned kicks. A Buckhalter returned kicks a couple times.
How about kicker? I guess would it be David Akers or Jake Elliott? Probably, right? One of them.
I gotta go with Big Leg Jake.
Pick one.
Yeah.
You gotta pick one. That's why I like this one. Who you gonna pick? Akers or Elliott?
I'm gonna go Jake Elliott. We got 2 bowls with Jake Elliott.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick the guy that's perfect. He's perfect in Super Bowls, man.
Yeah, he is. He's good in the playoffs, dude.
Like,
I heard. Did you guys know they changed these balls this year for these kickoffs?
They did.
That's why these dudes are pooping these things through. Somebody was saying that on our show today.
Yes. You're allowed to bring your own balls that you.
Yeah, they bring their own balls. It's weird.
Right now.
So that's why you're seeing these dudes have these crazy kicks. And then punter. Fuck, man, you're gonna make me pick a punter. Donnie Jones. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Donnie Jones. Or I don't know. The dude we got right now. Damn good, man. The dude we got right now, Braden Mann, is a damn good kicker or punter.
Man is pretty good. But remember Roca? That's his name, Roca?
Yeah. Roca. I mean, yeah.
We had some decent punters out there. We ain't never had a really shitty one. So I guess what is a shitty punter? Like,
what do you mean? Aaron Cepas was a shitty punter. That dude was shanking them left and right in the Super Bowl 57, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Aaron Cepas. I hated the whole continent of Australia for a whole year after that thing, man.
Oh no! Don't hell yourself like
Are you
that.
kidding me? Aaron Cepas, man.
That was one game, and the whole season he was bunting good balls.
All right, special teamer. You know who you could put as punt
So
return?
now you got
Brian Mitchell. Didn't he do kick returns?
Darren Sproles.
Oh, that's a good one. That JC, I like that the best.
Oh, remember who they said last show we had someone do this, and they said someone that was like Tom Steak. Shout out to Tom. He was like, oh man, he was like a no-namer guy that did do returns. So that he was like, I put him in my kick return. Was it Ware? I don't remember what the guy. Man,
Brand Covey.
Brand Covey. Hey, put Bloom in there. Remember Bloom?
Man, stop it.
What was the dude from Oregon? The dude from Oregon too.
Crash test, dude, man. It's like a pinball. You shoot a pinball into the machine, it just starts bouncing around. That's
Remember Jeremy Bloom? Jeremy Bloom did returns for us.
Oh man.
But what was the dude from Oregon that Chip Kelly picked up that did returns for us?
I don't know.
What did that superstar receiver never panned out?
He didn't do that great. We can't remember him. Oh, Josh Huff.
Yeah, Huff.
Oh, that's right.
Huff took one to the house.
One to the house. Thank you. One to the house. Hey, wait. Didn't Quez Watkins take a punt to the house versus the Green Bay Packers?
Hey, Quez is back on the team, my guy. What are you talking about?
He's on the practice squad, right?
He's on the team again. Everybody, Quez for 3. Quez is on the rise, baby. He's on the rise. So give me a offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and head coach. And that being said, listen to the rules. You can use, like, if you want to go Andy Reid, offensive coordinator, Dougie P, head coach, or Nick.
Okay.
You can intertwine them for their specialty era.
All right. So coordinators. This is gonna sound crazy, but I might go Vic Fangio, defensive coordinator.
Over Jim Johnson?
Dude, I had somebody on. All right, now just hear me out for a second. Hear me out. I know Jim Johnson's got a lot more history. Buddy Ryan, I get it. We had a Hall of Fame voter on our show the other day, and not our morning show, our afternoon show. And he said, Vic Fangio, with how much other coordinators try and copy what he does, you can make an argument that he's had a bigger impact on the NFL than a guy like a Jim Johnson or a Buddy Ryan who had this aggressive style. But how many copycats are there of Vic Fangio? Now, I know it's only 1 year.
That's true.
So the reason I did this is, one, because I'm younger. I'm 27 years old. So until I was born in 98. So I didn't see a lot of those great guys before. And all the defensive coordinators we've had before this have never quite given us, I heard Eagle fans talk about Gang Green, and I've seen them on highlights and clips and documentaries and stuff like that, but I never saw them in the moment. Yeah. Last year, I saw a defense that dominated every single week, had the best stats all throughout, and then got to the Super Bowl, and not only won the Super Bowl, but took Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, the dynasty of this era, and they didn't cross midfield for 10 drives. Do y'all understand how nuts that is, man? That is crazy. Yeah. So that's the reason I'm going Vic. I know it's not the culture.
I wasn't really against you like that because Vic got the chip. So,
right. So
as much as Jim Johnson did, he ain't won no chip. We went to 5 NFC championships.
Don't ever speak about the late great
no Super Bowl wins. Okay,
I can see JC. You're going Jim Johnson.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yo, look. Even before Vic Fangio, man, everybody was like, we wanted Jim Johnson. Jim Johnson. Nobody said no other defense coordinator but Jim Johnson, man. This dude, man, you talking about aggressive, but strategic.
Blitz beast.
Like, I mean, this dude was the master behind. Like, I think everybody wanted to mimic a Jim Johnson, just like
no one could though. Really, like there's only been one.
No one did because it's hard to mimic. That's the point.
Yeah, Big Daniel got a lot of proteges that try to do it. We actually went to the Super Bowl with a protege.
Yeah, and what happened to him in the Super Bowl versus what happened to Vic in the Super Bowl? All right, yeah, that guy got turned into a pump.
Hey, he's a protege. He's the assistant pimp. He's not the pimp like Big Fangio. He's the assistant pimp.
Guys, when was Jim Johnson? Like 08? Jim Johnson's last year? Was it 07 or 08?
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a long time.
I don't remember.
All right, so defensive coordinator now. Vic or Jim. It's one or the other. Offensive coordinator.
It's your list. Don't change it for nobody. No matter what we say, this is your list.
Offensive coordinator. This is a tough one.
09. 09, my bad. 09
was his last year?
Yeah.
So my favorite coach in Eagle history, my favorite, is Doug Peterson. I just love Doug. I don't know why I love Doug. Andy, I know, is obviously Andy Reid, and he's grown into what he's grown into in Kansas City. So give me Doug as the head coach because of the aggressive style. I prefer that. And Andy had those play calling or the time management woes early. And give me Andy Reid as the offensive coordinator. Can I do that?
He kept Nick out of it.
Nick, what am I putting Nick in it?
Nick is the champion that ain't lost a football game in he's like 22-1.
Yo, Bird Gang, let me ask you something. I know. Let me ask you something.
Hey, you got right. Andy didn't start winning championships till he stopped calling plays too.
Let me ask you something.
Nick learned that early.
Nick, we're gonna give him credit because he got all these wins here in Philly. I get it. Is that the kind of guy you'd hire to be your head coach if you were hiring?
It starts with the flowers. And after we plant the seed, we want to watch it grow.
I
So
can
you
answer
like-
that.
And they grew itself into a Super Bowl champion. You can't look at the rings, my guy. 2 Super Bowls with one of these rings, my God.
Yeah, you said it's my list.
Speeches,
It's my list. You said it, man. Get Nick out of here, man. Come on, man.
Hey, but do you realize from Andy Reid to Doug Peterson to Nick Sirianni, they were last options. They weren't first on anybody's list. They weren't like, oh my God, this is the best offensive. Hey, let's bring them in. They was like, well, we struck out on everybody. Come on down. Like, I mean, literally. And these 3 guys, I think, are the best 3 coaches in Philadelphia Eagles history, in my opinion. But I would pick Nick for a certain reason. Doug Peterson was so stubborn that he didn't want to say, okay, I know I effed up. Hey, y'all trying to build the best team around me. Let me see what I could do. It takes to be a great leader, you have to learn how to follow. And Nick Sirianni, to me, this offseason, you all want him fired, right? BG had a whole hat T-shirt on and every pom-pom, fire Nick. But I was like this. It's okay to say, hey, I need help. To me, I will follow you anywhere because I know if I could trust you because you are actually asking for help compared to I got it, and then we end up dead. So Nick Sirianni was like, okay, sure, look, prove it here. Okay, what do I have to do? I dreamed of this my whole life to be a head coach. I'm not going to let my pride, because pride comes before the fall. Look at, hey, where Doug at now? Out the league. He had a great situation.
Doing good this year.
You're right. It's a good point by you. I hope he listens to AJ Brown then.
He out the league.
I hope he listens to AJ Brown this weekend.
The Doug Peterson is not even in the league right now.
He's not the coach of the Jags no more.
Nope.
Yeah,
he's out
he's
out the league. I'm telling you, he's out the league, right?
Listen,
he's making
you guys big. I would never go against until you do it for like years. Like, I don't know. I'm just cursed with the Andy Reid. I love Reid, man. Still, like, I hate.
I love Andy Reid.
But Andy Reid took us through some great moments. He the one that started the winning culture of Philadelphia. Everything that we got now is because of what he started back in the day. Without him, we don't have the team we have today.
100%. I'll tell you,
line first, tough defense. You know what I'm saying? Quarterback. Like offensive scheme, like everything, man. Andy Reid's to go. And it took to him to, he had to fall a little bit before he became, good enough to win the Super Bowl. He had to step back and stop calling his own plays. That was the biggest problem. He just passed the ball too damn much.
Yeah.
And like you need to, and like the biggest moment is Super Bowls. NFC Championship, Super Bowls. You just want to pass the ball to show that you're the great coordinator to win the Super Bowl, as opposed to just be the head coach of the football team and win a damn game. So. He learned that later. Obviously, it sucked. He learned it with the Chiefs. He let Bieniemy win him some championships. Recently, I think the last one, I think he was like calling plays more. Yeah, the last one. But other than that, he let Bieniemy take control of that. And I just love Andy Reid. Even as the Chiefs, like I don't even really dislike the Chiefs. Like, could it, like
I was about to say that.
You got Reed, you got Kelsey's little brother over there. You got Andy Reid. They're like little brothers. Like, hey, y'all little niggas cool. Y'all little niggas cool.
When the Eagles don't play the Chiefs, I kind of root for them. I'm not gonna lie, because of that. Like I don't say that much on the air because Eagle fans can't handle it, but I do. Right. I like Andy Reid, man. I do. So I'm with you on that. I agree.
I mean, I didn't kick him out the whole freaking organization. I just say head coach. All right, hey, he could be
an Nick ain't no head coach, guys. No.
Hey, have Nick the head coach,
man. Come on, man. I came from Nick Saban. You think I'm gonna pick Nick Sirianni? Nah, babe, nah.
Nick is legit, Xander. Nick is legit. He comes with everything you need. You know why? Because to beat a great in Philly, you got to be able to beat the media too. It's not just about the weekly opponents. It's about the fan base, the media, and the weekly opponents. And Nick is dominating in those press conferences.
He's a goofy, man.
Let me tell you a story when I was young, right? My brother, he played football, right? We're talking about Pop Warner here. That's your Nick guy. I love him, man. I love Nick, man. Hey, Dan, thanks for being here with us, man. Shout out to the 155 in the building still. Salute to you. Follow Xander with Jacob Media. Watch Birds 365. Make sure you hit up BG and JC as well, man. Xander, give me some final thoughts before we get you out of here, my guy.
We in good shape, boys. Let's just get these raise up these lows. We having too many lows right now. But once this thing is clicking on all cylinders, I think we all know that this team is damn near unbeatable. You saw it in the first half last week. Offense, defense, special teams, and we go into the half 24-6 with the lead, if not for a 65-yard field goal, which was crazy, by the way. It would have been 24-3. So when this team clicks, I don't think there's a team in football that can hang with them. Now let's just figure out how to get clicking each week.
Well said.
JC, final thoughts.
Just win, baby. Just win. Week 5. Hey, take it one game at a time. One game at a time. Just be humble, be graceful. Eagle fans, we are on 2021 game winning streak, whatever it is. Be patient. I know these players sometimes could get under your skin, but it's okay. We're fans, they're players. We pay to watch, they get paid to play. So it's okay. Let's just stay in our lanes and just root for our team. We're 4-0. Go Birds.
And you know me, we're the best damn team in football. Stop worrying about A.J. Brown crying about not getting the ball. We're going to keep doing what we do best, and that's all we do is win, no matter what. Fly, Eagles, fly, and we are out. Peace.
Going on, everybody, man, and welcome to the very, 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 very